Hello, everyone. This is a series I kind of want to make here. I guess it's just kind of reviewing video games, basing them on gameplay, controls, story, graphics, stuff like that. Not really sure what I want to call it or anything like that. I'm kind of leaning towards Resistant One reviews or a look at something along those lines. If you guys have any suggestions, definitely let me know. Today we're looking at Inside. Inside is a 2.5-dimensional game developed by Playdead, who I'm going to start out by saying is one of my favorite game developers out there right now because they do such an incredible job with creating their games, and somehow they manage to create a story without any dialogue or text whatsoever. They plant the smallest seed that they can, and the rest is up to you really to imagine and create the story as you go. I mean, while playing this game, I came up with probably 6 or 7 different theories as to what the hell was going to happen or, what was happening. But every 5 minutes I found that I was questioning everything about my previous theory and making a new one. Lack of a concrete story means that I can't really give you much of a synopsis of this game, but essentially you play as a young boy who needs to overcome obstacles and solve puzzles. That's all I can really say without spoiling anything. But, I mean, if there's no story, can I really spoil anything? With that being said, I'm going to rate the story section of this review at a solid 10 out of 10. Without saying a single word in this game, it had a better quote-unquote story than most of the games I've played in the last few years, and it honestly kept me captivated the entire time, which is something that I find a lot of games fail to do. Moving on to gameplay. This game handles very, very well. I rarely found myself dying due to wonky controls, and with a game that has a lot of platformer characteristics, good controls are kind of a must. To add to that, the controls are also very simple. 3 buttons to control the entire game. Left stick to move, A to jump, X to grab. With controls like that, pretty much anybody can pick this game up and enjoy it. Your character moves and reacts to the environment fluently, and the game overall feels smooth and polished. There's no tutorials or hint systems, but also no consequences for failing, which is something I loved about this game because it encouraged me to try things that I normally wouldn't if there was, let's say, a death screen or a consequence for dying. Trial and error is really what makes this game great. The puzzles are tough but not impossible, and sometimes they really give you a sense of accomplishment for solving the smallest of things. For gameplay, I give this a 10 out of 10. And now for the graphics. You're probably thinking, but the graphics don't matter. And you're right, graphics don't matter for gameplay. Good graphics don't make a good game, and bad graphics don't make a bad game. However, I'm reserving this section of my reviews for games that stand out aesthetically in their own ways. Games that are beautiful, games that are gritty, games that utilize color well, so on and so forth. That being said, this game is one of the most beautiful games I've played recently, despite it being mostly gray and devoid of color. They managed to fit so much character into every single level. The way beams of light, cut through the dusty air, just barely illuminating your path. The silhouettes of cables hanging in the foreground, shadows cast by planks covering a doorway. The water leaking from the ceiling, it's these little details that make the world feel atmospheric and alive. For that, this game receives a 10 out of 10 for graphics/art style. This game is honestly a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend picking it up for yourself and giving it a try. It wasn't too long to the point where the game got boring, yet it wasn't so short that you didn't feel like you accomplished anything by beating it. Plus, you get to play as this giant blob of people, so it's absolutely as much fun as it looks. It has collectibles that don't really feel like a grind to get them, and they unlock an alternate ending that makes about as much sense as the original one does. The game's available for PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4, and if you are interested in it, I would highly recommend picking it up. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm not really sure where I want to take it or anything like that. I guess we'll see if it takes off or, what you guys think of it. But if you have any games that you'd like me to play or, any suggestions for games that you'd like me to review, definitely send them my way and I'll see about getting them recorded. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.